Hello and welcome to the 17th of April and to the hashtag ABC April 2025 collaboration that has been organised by Tony at Crafty by Tony and Margaret at Seven Plaza. And I'm happy, very happy to be asked to collaborate with this. So yesterday we did N for notebook and today is O. And we're doing, well, the suggested prompts are one page wonder, over the page, oxides and organiser. And I've decided to pick out the over the page. Okay, so let's get cracking. What I have done is I've cut a piece of card, thinnish card, but card, and I've cut it at 3.5 inches by the full length of your paper. So this is where we start. So take that, fold that in half, like so. And give that a good burnish down. Lovely. And then I want to just dibby-dabby along the top. I think it's going to give us a nice edge. So let's use vintage photo. I don't want anything too dark. And that's probably way too much ink. There we go. So just on the edge, just where you folded it, really. Wow, that's quite a lot. Lovely. That's lovely. And if I had a piece of paper on the go, I would mop that up, but I haven't just at this moment. So let's just clean that up. What a waste of ink, sorry. And there we go. Right, okay. So let me just dry that off and I'll be right back. Okay, I had to go and get Mr. F to sort the colour out, but that's much better now. So this is all we've done. Folded it over, dibby-dab the tops of both sides. Now I want to talk to you about magnets. They either love them or you loathe them, I think. But I've got some here. Getting them apart is always a trial. But I need 4 in total. So it might be some time getting these off. Don't put them too close together because they'll want to reconnect. Oh my goodness, come on. Come on. Oh, you were off and then you jumped back. What's your game? Haha. I got it. I'm not putting this bundle anywhere near them because they'll all attract each other again. So if you've got certain heart conditions, please be aware that these are strongish magnets, and please don't leave them anywhere where children or pets can swallow them. It's not good at all. Right, so my magnets, I want to put 2 on the inside, about there and there, and then we'll see. Now somebody the other day said they didn't have the magnets that have got glue in them, so I'm going to show you how to get around that. So take a piece of double-sided, stick that over where you want your magnet to go, same with the other one. That there, lovely, and then just pick the release tape up, there we go, and then put the magnet down over the release tape, like so, and your magnet is held in place. Okay, now then I want the other one to go on the outside. This is the inside. But I want these ones to go on the outside. So let's just see where they want to go. They'll tell you. They'll snap into place when they get in the right place. So that's where that one is. This is where this one is. Let's take those off, keeping them spread apart, and get some more double-sided. Put it over where your magnet's going to go. You've got the hang of this now, haven't you? Same for there. Take your release tape off. Come on, double-sided, don't be a pain. There we are, and then sort of hover this one, that's it, and it's telling me that's the side it wants to stick down. You'll know if you haven't got them right because they'll repel each other. There we are. Like that. So there we have it. Our magnets are in place. They are held at the moment just with a double-sided, but you can see they're quite strong. They do want to form an attachment, and that's brilliant. Now the next thing I want to do is cover the inside so we could have journaling. You see, if it wasn't for the magnets, really, I suppose you could, but you could leave it, but I quite like the idea of it. Can I use that? I think I could probably use that. It's a remnant of a piece of coffee stained paper, and it's kind of not big enough, but I'm going to make it big enough. I'm just going to leave a border around the edge. So I'm going to trim that off. Come on. There we are. Just check that that's straight, because sometimes with coffee stained paper it gets sort of frilly round the outside and it's not straight. So I'll trim that one to there. I think it'd be easier this way. Another remnant. Okay, so let's ink around these and then stick them down. You can, if you want to, ink around the inner part. I think it's going to look more effective if you just ink around the coffee stained paper. And that side's slightly darker than the other, so I'll use it. So we've got good journaling going on here. So you've probably got the page that it's going over. Might be some sort of journaling, I don't know. Let's stick that down. And then we've added journaling by adding this. So what letter is it tomorrow? N-O-P. P. Oh, paper. There we go. Right. So let's get that fairly sort of central. That's great. Got some glue there which I could live without. And give that a good press down. Over the magnets. Get off. So the magnets are there, but you can't really tell they're there. That looks nice, doesn't it? And my other piece. This one's just going onto the flat side, the side without the magnets, but the inside, the inner part. There we go. Stick down. Be stuck. So yeah, magnets are a great thing, but as always, there's sort of knacks to using them. That you just learn as you go along. But they're really convenient little closures. So it's worth trying them. It's worth giving it a go. So there we go. Press it down. I think that's not straight. That's better. And I'm just going to get my bone folder and go over it. Especially where the magnets are. Right, so there we are. That's all I'm going to do to that. If you wanted to, you could stamp on it or do anything to it. I'm going to leave it just for journaling. Right, so there we are. We've got the outside now ready to be, waiting to be done. So I've taken a piece of the music paper. It's actually a remnant from the other day, but that's fine. And I want it to start about there, maybe. I want to see some of that top bit. And it can end there because there's a pocket going on it. So let's trim that. Lovely. So that's going to go there. It might be, I might have cut it a little bit wide, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's going to go there. So I'm going to ink around that. It's turned into quite a nice day here. It was a bit miserable earlier on, but it's quite nice now. Mr. F's been out spraying some part of his motorbike. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just look interested when he says it. So this is going flat down onto the cardboard. The card. We don't say cardboard, do we, in crafting? We have card, not cardboard. Oh, I've been watching Miranda again. Oh, she is so funny. She is a very funny person. There we are. That's nice. Lovely. That's great. Now then, the other side that's got the magnets on, I want the paper to come all the way to the bottom so as it covers these magnets. So I've got this piece. Oh, it's perfect. Yeah, I'll cut it off there, and I think we'll be right there. Let's just try it again. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. So let's ink around that. Of course, you don't need to dibby-dabby that at all. You can leave it just, you can put the music paper over it, or you could leave it just cream, or you could stamp on it, or you could dibby-dabby and stamp. Too keen. Make sure you've got quite a bit of glue going on over the magnets. There we go. Right, so the important thing here is to get this to the bottom to cover the magnets. so when the pocket goes on it's not kind of distorting it, making it easier to get things in and out of the pocket. There we go. Lovely. Okay, happy with that. So all I need to do now is just ink around this top bit. That looks so much better when it's inked. Running out of ink on my dauber. Oh, good enough. There we go. Right. So, pockets. And I'm going to use book page. And this book page is not the strongest in the world, but it'll be all right. So I want it to be to about there. I'm going to fold this top in first, just to provide a bit of strength to it. Because as I say, it's not the strongest. And I'm going to put it down to about there. Now that measures, for those of you who like measurements, that's about, it's 2 inches after I've folded it over. So let's cut that off at 2 inches. Lovely. And then fold the next bit in as well, and cut that at 2 inches, and that'll be fine. Lovely. Okay, so what I want to do is ink around that and then glue that down. Well, let's ink the top foldy in bit first. Ink, glue, you silly woman. Ink obsessed. There we are. So we made that a bit stronger, and I am now going to ink around it. Wrong ink. That's great. Yeah, that looks nice. All different colours, which I like. Let's glue this one down then as well. Ink around it. And like I said, it's not the strongest pocket in the world. Up to you whether you want to chance it with book page. I think we'll be all right as long as we don't put a big tag or something in it. I think you'd have problems if you wanted to put something thick in here. You definitely would, in fact. So now let's stick those down. So leave the edge that you have turned over. Don't ink that one. Glue. Idiot, would have learnt by now. And then just line up the bottoms. Like that. Perfect. Perfection. And on the other side, have I inked that yet? Didn't remember. There we go. Let's just open this up because I can't see where. Can't see where I'm aiming for. There. I'm just kind of pushing it in a little bit just to give me a bit of working room at the top. So there we go. That's good. Happy with that. Lovely. Right. Okay. So now haven't inked that. I'm pretty sure I haven't inked that. It's very light if I have. Okay, so now I just need to decorate that, and what I'm going to do is take a bit of, what have I got around me? This paper. It's the music paper. I'm just going to tear a bit off. I'm just going to use the cream colour. Use what you've got, I say. So is that a bit too big? Maybe just a touch. Let's just take that very raggy bit off there. Yeah, that's great. That's marvellous. Ink it, of course. There we go. Easy as that. Let's stick that on there. These are all good jobs for glue sticks, if you are a glue sticky person. Perfect. Okay, that's lovely. That's really nice. Now I just want to add something to it, so probably a label, I would say. Oh, that's quite nice. That's quite nice, isn't it? Whoops. Got red ones. Red always looks nice, doesn't it? That's one that we made the other day. I'll show you what I'm thinking of putting on the top, and then you'll see where I'm going. I've got these fussy cut butterflies that we've used throughout the folio. So I've got that, or I've got this. I like the red. I'm going for the red. Right, let's ink around there. I've already inked around the fussy cut. Lovely. Let's stick that on. It is handy having a supply of labels. I need to dedicate a day to making just labels, I think. I'm going to put that there, right on the edge. Like that. That's great. And then I'm going to stick my butterfly on there. I'm going to stick it flat. Sometimes, you know, I just stick the body, but on this occasion I'm going to stick it flat. Then it can't get into any trouble. And I want that just at an angle, so just being careful that it is inside the pocket. Yep, lovely. That's nice, huh? I like it. You could definitely stamp up there, definitely. So I'm going to do the same with the other side. Just find a bit of, there's a bit here. There's a bit here, that'll do. So I'm just tearing it to get rid of those straight edges. Every time I tear paper I think of Janya, because I know that she really likes torn edges. I must say it took me a long while to get into the torn edge thing, but I do like it now. Let's ink around there. And it's just an irregular shape, you don't have to worry about it, just tear it and whatever it comes out like, that'll be fine. Unless it's too long or something like that. Oh, that's all right, that's fine. Let's stick that down. Pop that there. Lovely, lovely. Now then, let's have a look for a label. Where's my butterfly? Here he is. That doesn't really go. Got a black one. No. What about this red one? Oh, I like that. I've obviously seen a red label day today. And that can go there. And that can go there. Yes. Yes, that is nice. Lovely. Whoops-a-daisy. So I'm going to have that hanging off the edge a little bit. Make sure it looks straight. I've just budged it up a bit. I think that looks straight to me. So give that a good press down, then cut off a bit down there. Then we can glue the butterfly on. And yes, as I say, you could stamp up there and everything else. And I very well might when we come to put it in the folio. But I think for now, I'm going to call it just about done. Then I want to show you about the faux, making faux aged sellotape. So I've been promising it for days and nothing's happened. So I think today might be the day. There we go. And the tag that I'm going to put in it, we haven't made very many tags yet. We haven't got to the letter T for tag. But I'm just going to use a couple of the Timmy salvaged, what does he call them? Salvaged tags. I'm going to ink around them so they look like the part of the game. Poke that little eyelet bit out. And you could stamp a flower on here. You could dry emboss a flower onto here. That would be quite nice. But for today, because I want to show you the faux edged sellotape. I mean, that looks lovely in there, doesn't it? Really does. I like that. And let's do the same to this one, and then we can call that good, I think. Lovely. There we go. So that's going to pop into there. Right, so the idea is that is going to fit over a journal page. Have I got one? Have I got one made up? I don't believe I have. Let's make a journal page, or a folio page as it is in our case. So I'm just going to take a piece of my ordinary copier paper that Mr. F has coffee stained for me, fold it in half, and there we have it. There's our journal page, folio page. And this, so it just goes over one side. So this, when it's opened up, will slide over there, right to the top. What a satisfying clip. So there you are. You can see when we've got this stenciled maybe, or whatever we're going to put on the background, that's what it's going to look like. And I did do one earlier just to test the theory. So I've got this one as well. So I've got two of those now for my folio. This one I did put the music paper right up to the top, so it doesn't need any stamping. This one definitely does need some stamping, so I'll tend to that. There we are, they're stuck together for life. So they can go in the project box, which has got lots of nice stuff in it now. notebooks from yesterday, the tags that we made. They're lovely, aren't they? Really like those. The spare couple of tags, the two over the pages. That's hidden paper clip that I haven't decorated yet. A couple of envelopes. Yeah, they're nice as well. A couple of pages. They're really pretty. An envelope, a folio itself. Tags, so all sorts of things. All sorts. So when we come to put it together, it shouldn't take that much doing really, because we've got a lot of ephemera for it. Right, let's move along the bus and deal with faux aged sellotape. Okay, so I've got my sellotape out. Mine happens to be yellow, doesn't have to be. It's just... I shall use this side. It's been used before, as you can see. That's the only bit I've got left. Oh my goodness, I'll just stick it on there. Right, so what I'm going to do, you need something that this isn't going to adhere permanently to. And just, this was a chopping board from Poundland. So it's not, you know, it's not anything expensive or what have you. It's just a chopping board from Poundland. And I'll do 3 pieces, I think. Just to show you what to do, and then you can do it, and then you'll have a never-ending supply of faux aged washi tape, sellotape. There we go. Right, so I've got 3 pieces down there, and they're quite flat. They're looking all right. Now, what I'm going to use are alcohol inks. And I've got, these actually come in a pack of 3, these Ranger alcohol inks. I've got latte, I've got ginger, and I've got caramel. But as I say, these 3 colours come in a pack. So you don't have to buy, you know, sets with other ones in. It's just those 3 in a pack. So you also need something felty. This is a Ranger dauber. Remember when they used to all be square and rectangular? So but this is felt. It's not the normal sponge that you would put on if you're going to ink, say, for example. So I'm going to start off with the lightest one, which is the latte. And I'm just going to put it a little drop on my dauber, and then just start daubing it down, really. You don't want, well, I don't want anyway, a sort of texture that's all the same throughout. It's nice if you can get a bit of texture into it. And you'd be surprised how far one little bit of alcohol goes. I mean, look at that, doesn't it look gorgeous, just like that? So you can, if you want to, leave it just like that, and you'll have this nice light caramelly colour, which is very pretty. Or you can add a darker one to it. Which is the darker of those 2? The ginger, I think, is the darkest. Let's go for the caramel. Just using the same dauber. Just put a bit of caramel down. And then literally get daubing. It doesn't take long for this to dry at all. Alcohol ink is very quick drying. I'll leave this bit down here, a bit more. flat, if you like, and then this bit here is really textured, and that's dry now. So there we have it. There is my faux sellotape, faux aged sellotape. Shall I just do one? I'll do one with the ginger as well, and then you can see. I might have used the ginger the last time, I can't remember. But you can see it's not a big operation. It's very quick and not messy at all. Yeah, bits of this I think are too dark. That's it. I've wet the underneath now because the alcohol ink reacts with what you've already got down, so you can move it around a bit if you want to. There we are. I think I'll leave this bit at the bottom later, but that's, you can see now what's going on. Okay, that's it. There's your faux, whatever you want to call it, aged washi tape. Easy as that, and it's just a delight to use. And you can, you can keep going. You can keep getting it forever and a day. A roll of sellotape and some alcohol inks and a dauber and something to stick it onto. That's the secret. Something that you can peel it off. So I hope that was of some use to you. We'll be continuing to use this throughout the folio. And that, guys, is that for the day. How long have I been wobbling today? 37 minutes, that's quite short for me. Whoa, it's a record. So, let's have a look what we've got tomorrow. P. Pocket, paperclip, packaging, paper doll, and I've added on the end, page edge, because I think that's what I might do tomorrow, page edge. But I'll see, I'll sleep on it. So thank you very, very, very much for joining me. I've put those away in my tub now, I've got to get them out again. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Bye.